Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. If you're my peers and subscribers, welcome back to the video. So for today's video in particular, we're going to do mystery video, which my spirit guides love to do. And I know some of you guys like to do it too. You will know personally what today's video topic is going to be based off the title of this video and also in the description below and the thumbnail. I myself have no idea what we're covering in today's video, so I'm going in this blind, while Spirit and you already know exactly what we're going to cover in today's video. So let's begin. I just got done recording a video. It's not uploaded. It won't ever be uploaded. I deleted the video, but essentially it was about me talking about my Hitler Visitation Part 2 video. I didn't feel comfortable posting it. I just feel like it wasn't ready. I was not ready to reveal information. The energy just wasn't there for that video, so I just deleted it. But eventually soon I will post the video of it. But if you want to watch part 1, I'll put that in the link below or in the description if you want to go watch it. Anyway, let's begin. We have a lot to get through today. This video is being recorded on none other than Wednesday, February the 12th at 2:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as of when I am recording this specific video. If you want to help out the channel, you want to help it grow and reach a wider audience, you can do so by liking this video, commenting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, or even watching this video longer than normal. You tell your algorithm, hey, I like his content, show me more. You'll be shown my content, but also other second tarot card readers and also astrologers as well. So help me, help you, help everybody. Now, if you're not being notified by YouTube when I do post and upload, do not worry, I do have a solution for you. You can go into the comment section below and in the description, and you can follow my Blue Sky account and my Facebook group so you can be notified when I do post and upload. That's all you really need to know in terms of that regard. I want to say thank you, and I do want to extend my gratitude to all you guys who have been engaging with the content over the past couple of days. I do plan to respond to a lot of your comments, so to keep an eye out for my response, but also, nonetheless, I want to say thank you to all you guys who have been sharing, who've been liking, who's subscribing, hitting the bell icon, really helping us grow and grow our channel. My main focus here is to give you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, but also to get the people who need to hear messages to hear them. Because I don't really care about like the subscriber or the money. It's not really where I am. I'm just where I just want to relate information to you and only to you. All right, let's begin. We have a lot to get through today. I'm sure you don't want to hear any of that. So let's begin. We have a lot to get through, and so let's see what happened. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we will be in the bathroom next week, all week. So expect more of these nighttime videos. I am working every single morning for the next couple of days. So, the nighttime is going to be a little bit more prevalent in terms of reading. So hopefully you guys get more comfortable with us being in this room. All right, so Spirits and Angels tell me what exactly we're covering and why are we doing it today. But again, this video is being recorded on Wednesday, February the 12th at 2:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm hoping this video to be short because I don't want to be here all night. What are we doing? Okay, it's telling me to use my Astro Alignment deck, so I guess we're going to use this first and kind of go from there, I guess. I have no idea what we're going to be covering. I will be cleaning up my studio. Hopefully we'll be able to move back into my studio soon. I'm going to try and see if my puppies will stop crying when I'm down there. And if they do, then essentially we will just do the studio. And I might be able to go live again. But until then, we'll see what happens. Don't get your hopes up too high is all I'm saying. Alright, so Spirits and Angels tell me, why did you tell me I had to do a mystery video? Like, what's the purpose of this specific video? What do you want us to focus on and kind of help guide us towards that? What is it that you need us to talk to us about? Tell me, Spirits and Angels. Tell me. Okay, so we have a planetary return. Cyclinity, homecoming progress, planetary return. This is interesting because we're getting very close. I think next week during the presidential week, towards the end of next week, we're going to enter into the very first official 7-planet alignment. Okay? That can be very essential. So there is something coming on our way on the horizon next week, which is the planetary return. This is the top of the deck here. What is on the top of the deck? We have here on the ascendant, appearance, first impression, there's a mass. Something is arising, something is on the horizon here. I'm getting pulled towards Anonymous. Now, a lot of you guys don't know who Anonymous is. Anonymous is a good group. They work for the people, they try to protect the people from corruption. So the Anonymous is good. Some of you guys asked about what is QAnon and why that's different. QAnon is essentially a right-wing conspiracy group whose goal and promote is to promote chaos and division. Entirely opposite of what Anonymous does. Anonymous is to expose corruption and to fight that corruption through hacking into computers, systems, stuff like that. They can range from politicians all the way to your ordinary husband and brothers and sons. So they can range from anybody, and they don't have to be within the United States. They can be globally as well. That's the difference between QAnon and Anonymous. Anonymous is that group that is independent, and it's kind of like a vigilante group that fights for the people, whereas QAnon goal is to stir up talk about certain information, people to get the desired agenda that they need to seek and be able to promote. That is what a QAnon and Anonymous difference is between the two. Here we have is the second house, which is in the second house of Taurus, which is all about finances, the values, and possessions. Okay, finances, values, and possessions. Okay, we have here, we have Eros, which is eroticism, desire, and sex. This is Eros, and it's heading towards the past here. Let me move this back so you can see it. It's heading towards the past. This is significant and very important because it means that people are losing their identity of who they are as an individual. Here also simultaneously was heading towards the future. What is replacing it as we start to go into this new phase, this new cycle with this planetary alignment? We enter into a new energy, which is of Gaia, which is Earth, nature, and embodiment. We enter into a better frequency, a more calm and more grounding frequency. But this is also 3D, which is interesting because we lose love, but we enter more of a state of grounding. So we finish our healing, we now go into grounding phase. And here on the right side here is we enter into the ending of Cancer, which is nurturing, sensitive, caring. Right? We now start to focus on ourselves and we finish healing that aspect of us. And what is the top of the deck here again? Extended, appearance, first impressions, and mass. That illusion. Right, that illusion. What is that illusion? It's the Lumicoli. Was it Nadar, origin, and inner child? Try and pay attention during this next couple of weeks on your inner child and who you are as an individual and why it's so important that you make sure you treat yourself with lots of love and happiness and hope because you really need it at this point in time. And again, remember, there's a planetary return, a cyclinity, a homecoming, a progress. And what one is coming into the forefront here is Venus. Venus is coming in soon. Which is beauty, artistry. I really just said, artistry chicken. Artistry and love. Like that is what's coming in for Venus here. So for a lot of you guys, Venus is going to be starting to play a major role in your who you are as an individual, but your sense of love and peace and hope, and to be able to heal that aspect of you. A lot of you guys have already started the healing process, and you finished that healing process. Now is your time to move on from that and start to ground yourself, get into the new phase of where you need to be. This is interesting because this is the full moon as of when I'm recording this. We are in a new full moon, a full moon cycle, or a new moon. I don't know. It's one of the two. I don't do astrology for a living. I do tarot cards. I don't know. Today is again, like I said, it's February the 12th. So as of when you're going to see this, it's going to be, around the afternoon. Spirit angels, tell me more. Now, this could turn into a political reading real quick. I don't know exactly what they're trying to aim for, but we'll see. At least there's some messages for you guys as well. I hope it resonates. Alright, so Spirit Angel, tell me, what else are you trying to tell me, my viewers? Because apparently you seem to have a message. I have no idea what we're trying to get at here. Okay, there's a lot of feminine energy. There's no male here. Oh, okay. As I just said that, there's a male, but it's on the bottom of the deck. It's the 40th. And this male here is the 6th chakra, which is Archangel Metatron. Okay, so if you don't know your chakras is your root chakra, which is your groin area. We talked about I am. Then your sacral chakra, which means I feel. Then your solar plexus means I do. Your heart chakra means I love. Your throat chakra means I speak. Your third eye chakra means I see. And your crown chakra, which means I understand. That's your chakras, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and magenta. That is essentially your chakras here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is your third eye. So the bottom of the deck here is your third eye here, which is the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, which is interesting. And then the top of the deck here, we have the 13 reverse, financial constraints. A lot of you guys are actually going to start getting towards and start moving. I feel like a lot of you guys have been stagnant for very long, and you're going to start moving in the direction in which you need to move into. With that being said here, you also have the 48th card, which falls underneath the second house of finances, values, and possession, Angel of Balance. That's interesting because it makes sense though, because on the top of the deck you have financial constraints and it's reverse. Now underneath the second house of Taurus, which talks about the finances and your values and your possessions, you have a balance there. Now for some of you guys, it might not be in the home of money. It might be in the home of what you value most. What you value most cannot always be money for some of you guys. So it might be love, maybe it might be relationship, maybe it might be memories, maybe it might be something. I also see some of you guys have a dog or an animal die, and that seems to be what you seem to value more than anything. That's referring to a few of you. I'm seeing curly brown hair, and one of them is also white. I'm seeing that. That might just be for one. I don't see it for a lot of you, only one specific person. Gaia is heading towards the future, which is what we're heading towards. We're losing that sense of love and healing because we already healed it. Now we're going towards a grounding aspect. And we have here the 50th card, which is the strength, or the angel of strength. For some of you guys, you need to be able to hold on when you start to make the transition over from a healing phase all the way to what they call your next phase, which is all about that grounding. It's trying to hold on to your strength, everything you gained here. Learn to let go of some of it, but learn to embody it into strength. And on the right side here, as we enter and exit Cancer, you're going to start thinking about certain things, the thinking woman, right? The thinking woman under 47. That's what you're going to be. Don't stop thinking about certain things, because that is what you're going to get your best revelation yet. You're going to start to, information start to be revealed to you. And that's going to be very important. And what else do we need to see, spirits and angels? What else do we need to talk about here? Because is there anything politically related for my viewers that's also related to this, or is it just only for my viewers only? We have here, we have the Ace of Wands reverse, which tells me a lot of you guys are not taking initiatives. You have opportunities here to, some of you guys, you had the opportunity to switch jobs, but you rejected it for some reason, or you were rejected from the job, possibly because I feel like some of you guys actually messed up some of your application, or you messed up some sort of contract or document, but you messed up something and it ruined your chances. And because of that, you purposely self-sabotage, or for some of you guys as well, you also didn't know what you were doing. You didn't know what you were doing, or you were too immature, and because of that, you had that in the back of your mind, and you're not willing to move forward with it because you're afraid you might do the same mistake. Here, Spirit is telling me you cannot walk away from this opportunity because you are going to have that stability and whatever it is that you're seeking in terms of that balance. Whatever you're seeking, whatever you value the most is what you're going to get your balance in, whether it is in love or romance or whatever. It's the cup of earth. It's telling you not to give up and to not walk away from that opportunity. You have a great opportunity heading your way, and it's not the tower that you're expecting it to be. Here underneath the Gaia card, and you healing and moving towards Gaia here, we have the Angel of Strength reversed. We're just telling you to take that step. Don't be afraid. You healed it. You healed who you are as an individual. You healed who you are as a person. And it's okay to take that next step. It's okay. It's okay. And here you have the High Priestess. Know your value, know your worth. But it's okay to take that leap of faith. But as long as you know who you are, there's no way that anyone can challenge it. And here you also have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about the thinking women. For some of you guys, you are thinking more about your finances than who you are, your stability, your nurturing. Whether or not the people around you should still be caring for. Because I feel like for some of you guys, you've been being taken advantage of. And you're debating whether or not you should do away with that or you should continue doing it. Again, this video is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not responsible for anything you do outside of this video. But this is the Knight of Pentacles, and it's further amplified by the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles, in this specific aspect, is telling me here that you're looking at your finances and you're saying, I used to have all this, but now I only have this left. But if I have this and I appreciate the last little bits of it, I can appreciate the time or the money or whatever it is that you felt like you had so much of in the past, but now you don't have a lot of, but because you can take it for granted, or you can appreciate it more because you don't have it as much anymore. It's not as frequent and not as available. Because of that, you can be able to enjoy that a little bit more. Whatever that is, whatever the first thing that comes to mind, Spirit is saying that you can restrict yourself from others from having access to that because you yourself is allowed to enjoy those benefits. And here you have the Moon card. You will know what this is in due time. This is something that's going to be revealed to you. And underneath the card here, we have the Page of Pentacles. Opportunities. Seek the opportunity in front of you. Now, again, not all this reading is going to resonate with a lot of you because the message seems to be for the collective. And the collective is just collective energy from all different backgrounds, from all different group of people. Not every little piece is going to resonate with you, but take what resonates, leave the rest behind, essentially. That's what it feels like. That's what you need to be told. I'm going to see if there is a spiritual aspect to this in terms of politics now, but it seems like we finally got to the point of understanding what it is that you need to know, but is there anything you need to know spiritually as well in regard to politics? So we're going to take a look at that quickly, and then we'll finish off today's video. But I find it to be really interesting. Again, like I said, very informative nonetheless, but there's that. Alright. You know what? I should just put the cards in now because I don't need it. I don't need these cards. Actually, they told me I lied. I do need these cards apparently. So I guess we'll shuffle that in a second. We'll put these cards in here. And then we'll see if there's any political information that needs to come out today. But I don't think there is. But in case there is, we'll do it anyway. Alright. Let's see. Spirits, angels, tell me, is there any other messages that you would like to relay to me and my subscribers today in terms of a mystery reading? I still don't know the context of today's video. I really don't. I just know it's planetary changes, but that's all I know. I don't see anything. It's almost like my energy for the US right now is wiped. Like it's cleared. You can't see it. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. So for some of you guys who are wondering if 45 is going to be leaving, no. Not right now. Here we have Death on top of the card. Here we do have a change, a rebirth though. That's coming. What is that rebirth? We have a world ending. A cycle, a completion coming towards an end. But it's reversed, which means that it's not quite ended just yet. We are still waiting for the ending of the final last of what we've been experiencing and the start of something new, which means that something is still continuing, the story is still continuing. And here's the magician, the black magic. Something is still continuing, something is still in the works, despite the death card, which means the transformational rebirth. It might be coming a little slower in this aspect in regard to the US and the US government and everything revolving around that. Let's see. Spirit Angels, tell me about what is going on, Spirit. What is going on in terms of whatever it is, politically speaking, in this mystery video? What are you trying to talk about? Can you further clarify? Can you further clarify for me, please? What is going on, Spirits and Angels? Further clarify. Okay, there is protests here. We have something going upstream. Yeah, we have 6 of Swords. We have Moon. Something is hidden. And here's the 9 of Swords, followed by oil and water reverse, which means there's not an explosion, so nothing big like that. We have the knives of Wands, which is big, a mega of churches. Top of the deck here, we have the Devil card reverse. This is not necessarily about 45. This is a message for something else other than 45 and his crowd. I feel like this is a message for the Democrats. Is this a message for the Democrats? Is this a message for the Democrats here? Yeah, it's a message for the Democrats. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yep, it is. Interesting. And we have the Door to Romance, followed by the Walking Away. Bottom of the deck here, we have the Thinking Woman again. Interesting that she shows up, the Thinking Woman, the woman who would have been 47, didn't become 47. And on the top of the deck here, we have the Door to Value. We talked about value earlier in today's video. We talked about the value, the importance of understanding your value and what you really want, what you really like, and the value of number 50, the angel of strength. By valuing your strength, understanding why this time is so volatile, why it's so important, what we're going through today. And I know it looks like a lot of chaos going on in this thing, so I am going to break it down for you in a way that in which I and you can understand it. So just hang tight, I promise you. But essentially speaking, we have the first card here that comes up, which is the Eight of Pentacles, right? The Eight of Pentacles is working on something, a premeditation, a plan in the works, but it's being already initiated. Something is already being put forward. This is a message again for the Democrats. So I guess I now know what the purpose of today's video was and why we did what we did earlier in the video. It's a message for you because a lot of you guys might be more liberal leaning, or you might have voted for Harris, or you might have voted for this against 45, whatever it is, I don't care. Even if you didn't vote for Harris or you didn't vote that way and you voted for 45 and you regretted it, I don't care what it is. It's still a message for you, right? Doesn't make you any different than anybody else. You still qualify for the message. This is here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9 of Cups here is telling me here that there is being looking at the bigger picture. So there's something being worked on that's being looked at the bigger picture here. And it's being challenged by this election, which is the 10 of Cups. So what is challenging, what is being worked on here is looking at the bigger picture, despite the working and efforts that people have been put in with the 10 of Cups. There's a challenge here, and the challenge is to overcoming the loss of the election. Right? Here you have walking away a bully, the bully who defeated the current administration, which was 46, which is Biden, right? The King of Cups. This is a calm leader in the midst of chaos, right? But it also means as well that, while the guy is too busy focusing on, trying to defeat somebody, He's not focusing on this individual here, which means occasionally there will be calmness amidst the chaos, but it's not going to be the leader who won. Underneath the five of swords here is represented by the high priestess, which is the law of the land. And there is trouble that will have to be brought upon. The calm water, right? I mean, excuse me, it's the calm, calm leader in the midst of troubled water. Here you have troubled water, but going towards calm water. Which means there's a reversal here. I mean that we no longer have a calm leader, we now have a troubled leader in calm waters. That's the difference. The dynamic, everything flipped upside its heads. Right? Further amplified by the underneath the bigger picture, let's look at the bigger picture here. We have the four of wands, which is fair pay, workers unite, labor rights and unions and all that stuff. And you have people ready and willing to hit people with um, the wand here. This is important. This is also very significant. So this also indicates to me that this Four of Wands is also a card in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot deck symbolizing the White House and the Capitol, but in this aspect it symbolizes protest. So what is the bigger picture here is that resistance is what is needed. The resistance is the bigger picture, right? Underneath the High Priestess card, we have the Six of Swords, where we have this negative energy, this negative aura, this domestic terrorism here in the U.S. It's reversed, which tell me, yeah, the bully won, but at what cost, right? Here we have, even though there's trouble heading towards the troubled leader but calmer water, we do have the water being not mixed with oil, which means that there is not an explosion. You know, when you mix oil and water together, you make a lotion. If you mix it really fast, it makes a skin lotion. It's a very calming, very soothing. The water is reversed here, which tells me that there won't be any fire that's added to the water. The fire won't be taken out by water. In some way, there is an element here that is not a combination of elements, but rather one major element. Here on the right side here is we have the moon card, which is on the right side of the trouble card. Right here, the trouble card, which is Six of Swords, which is the moon card, which means something is troubled that is hidden, and what is hidden is the black wolf that's hidden. Right, the defensiveness. You can kind of see their hair standing up, and they're slowly making their way. They're seeing you as a prey, and they're ready and willing to attack and defend their territory. It means you entered their territory. Someone has entered the territory within the Democratic Party, and this is how the Democratic Party feels. While some are ready and willing to defend a certain aspect of what their ideology is, whether the country or whatever, there are a group of demographic of people willing to defend it, and there are those who feel like this. The Nine of Swords. The problem is there's discontent, there's disunity among the Democratic Party, and because there's disunity among the Democratic Party, if they don't get their crap together, they're never going to get it together, and they need to be able to either pick a side, they either need to be all in this energy or they need to be in this fighting energy. But there's definitely a division within the Democratic Party, that's for sure. And on the left side here, the Eight of Pentacles and the challenge of the election is working towards something. What is being worked towards? Something is going. This fish, this is a salmon, right? This is what's called a zombie salmon. The way salmon do is they spawn only in fresh water, but they go downstream to live their life in salt water, which is how they just live. But essentially, when they're ready to be able to lay eggs and start the next generation, they go upstream back to freshwater. But because of that, their bodies are not able and not designed to handle exposure to freshwater. So therefore, their bodies rot away as they make it to the common water, which is interesting. Coincide with heading towards common waters here. This is also heading towards common waters. Because once it goes up that upstream hill or waterfall, they're able to hit that calm water, that calmness, that tranquility, in a way, if you will. And here we do have the death card, which means there is changes coming, but it's not exactly the end of a cycle just yet. This is the end of a cycle for the Democratic Party just coming. Here, you have to work towards, and what are you heading towards in this term of calm, smoother waters at the Democratic Party? You have here a door to personal healing and happiness. This is what a lot of Democrats need to understand and need to go through, is that personal experience of just understanding you need to be able to have that personal healing and happiness. That it's okay to be happy. It's okay to still, live your life and not always be in a state of worry and constant fear. On the left side of the Pisces card here, you have the door to romance. The door to romance. Don't lock your heart up, because that is what's also preventing you from being receptive to all that can and will ever be in this universe. And by doing so, you just need to learn to walk away. There will be a walking away. I wonder if this means that Harris is also going to walk away. Doesn't mean she walked away forever. She might just take the time to heal. And this could also be what she's referring to, is the door to romance. This might allow her the opportunity to heal, to walk away from the trauma of all of it. But that's okay, because what happens when you walk away from something and you come back stronger, you come back resilient and able to withstand all that can and will be. So if anything, if she's walking away, that means she's gonna come back stronger. So don't feel bad. Maybe this is part of the cycle. Here we do have the angel of love. I talked about number 49 a lot. Remember, I talked about 49. This is the angel of love. Remember, if you have watched my previous video, we recently did a video. I think, let me see if I can find the name of it. There's so many videos with 45 and Harris. But let me go and see if I can find that video for you guys, so you guys can go watch on your own time. If I type this in here, it might come up in the comment section. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I don't see anything. Let me see if I can find the actual video. I don't think I'm gonna, because I don't remember what video it was. Unfortunately, I think it was this video. I think it was the manipulating timeline video. I think it's my manipulating timeline video, but essentially, I got the 45 card crossed by 49. So the 49 card was reversed, this was reversed, and this was upright, which means she stole her heart. And we know that she stole her heart because essentially it was represented here, which was the heart in the cage, right? But guess what happened? Guess what happened? In that video, we said that he stole her heart, he stole her dignity, he stole what she wanted. But look, the heart is open. The heart is open. The key is right there. She just picked the key. She can get her heart back, right? And here, all she needs to do is just walk away from that. Allow herself to go through that door of personal healing and happiness. And on the other side, and this also goes for all of us too. This is all going to resonate with all of us. She gains her heart back. She realizes that he never took it away from her. He may have taken away something temporarily, but it was never his, and she can always gain that back. She is 49. This is a beautiful card. Remember that 49 card before it was reversed. She is represented as the angel of love. That was upright. Reverse is the man holding the heart, which is represented by 45. It was reversed here, which means that he no longer holds her heart because she now regained that heart by walking away. And you can do the same thing too. You can walk away from the situation and you can regain the heart, because he does not have the power over you. He never did. It was only an illusion that he did. That was what it was. You allowed the illusion to make you seem and make you feel as if it was taken from you, but it never could have been. You had this anxiety, you had this sensation, you had this feeling. This reminiscent of living back in 2017 of him getting inaugurated. But the thing is that he can't take away what's yours. Right? Gaining your power, he can't take that from you. And when you do that, and you understand your power and your worth, you open the door to spirit. And by opening the door, essentially you open the door to purity, understanding that you realize I'm above him. he can't hurt me. He can't do anything to me. And that is what Spirit is saying. That not only can they not hurt Harris, but essentially he cannot hurt you. Because once you start to step your side out of all this feeling, to take yourself out of it, you're able to understand what's really at play. You start to understand the frequencies and the energies and why you feel the way that you do. It's no, it's no surprise that this is how the Democrats are right now. And that's okay, because remember, I always said this before in the past, that the Democrats are always going to be the first to fall, then the Republicans. Despite the appearance that the Republicans are going to crash and burn, the Republicans are more unified than the Democrats are. And I always said this back, I think I said a couple of years ago, I said the Democrats are going to fall and collapse. But that's okay, because the faster you fall and collapse, the sooner you can start rebuilding. And that's a beautiful thing. Even if you don't see it from that perspective, it is still nonetheless a beautiful, beautiful thing to have and a beautiful thing to experience, because you can only build back better, as Biden says. I think that's really well put. There's no other way to describe that than just build it back better. You know, if something collapsed entirely, that is when you can build it to the best version that you can make it. If you just try to take something that's already standing at the status quo and you try to essentially build it better, it's a lot harder because the structure is already there and it's not willing and able to change. But when the structure is no longer there, there's a lack of resistance, and because of that lack of resistance, you're able to make that change that you were seeking or trying to have in your life. And this goes for not only all of us, but also for her as well, and also for the Democratic Party. So this is kind of like more of like a collective party for those who are just hoping to be able to get a little bit insight message on our world and what it is that we need to do and seek in this lifetime. Alright, so I really want to ask Spirit one more thing about the fall of the Democratic Party. And yeah, we'll go from there. We'll leave off on that note. Because you already know what Spirit says. It's okay to walk away. This really is. It's okay to walk away. It's okay for her to walk away. Because she will come back stronger. She will come back and she will regain that heart. Just give her that time. Give her that space. But you also need to do the same for yourself as well. Can I use this deck? Why do I have to use my homemade? Fine. Don't use your homemade. Can I just use the right away? Okay, Spirit Angels will tell me. Are the Democratic Party going to collapse compared to the Republican? Is the Democratic Party going to collapse? This feels like David Hogg, what I think is the vice chair of the Democratic Party. We have the King of Wands, which feels like the new DNC chairman. And here we have struggle for the Democratic Party. Ten of Wands, struggle to push through something. We have here in the past, we have a revelation about the failure of the Democrats to be able to usher in a new idea, this new progressive idea to bridge the gap. You see here, you see a big bridge between both the dog and the wolf. They are very distinct in nature. They're both howling, very far apart, but yet they are together doing it simultaneously. This is the part that is the reverse, which means the Democrats have discontented itself from other faction within the Democratic Party, which indicates to me they're talking about the progressives, the conservatives, all those type of Democrats there. Centrist Democrats, Socialist Democrats, you know, all those that type of Democrats. They're different models, they're different types, and that there's essentially a one-size-fits-all model, and that's part of the problem with the Democratic Party, is that one-size-fits-all model. Here, we also have the Knight of Wands. It's the fact that the Democratic Party ushered in twice and gave way to a 45 presidency, not once, but twice. And it's because of their failure to fight, and their failure to unify as a one unifying force. The failure of the Democratic Party here in the U.S. is solely based on the fact that the Democratic Party say that they're going to stop their party from doing something, but once they're into power, they don't do anything. And then when they're out of power, they cry that they can't do anything because they're not in power. And then when they are in power, they don't do anything. That's part of the problem. The problem is people feel like the Democratic Party is not working for the people anymore. They just like to talk, 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 but the action just is not there. Right? It's easy to talk. It's harder to do your actions. Right? If the Democrats really wanted to go out and do something, they had the opportunity to do it. Why not obstruct justice the way the Republicans did? Why not pursue the same out? Why not play a little bit the same game? Right? They're already beating you at it. You have nothing to lose. You're not in power, so you have nothing to lose from this. Except you have a lot more to gain. The Democratic Party would be more enthusiastic, more likely to vote and support the Democratic Party if they were just willing to show up and fight. Right? Protesting is not fighting for the Democratic Party. And I'm saying this now not for the people who are protesting. I'm talking about Congress. People you see like, what do you call it? Waters or Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer, Maxwell Frost. Those are Democratic congressmen and congresswomen and high-profile politicians in the Democratic Party. Those are people who create change. But yet, you see them on the front line protesting, but yet they're not doing anything other than just protesting. They are the ones that can create the change. It's easy to go out and protest and pick up a sign and say you're protesting and be part of the movement. But if you really wanted to make the change, you would actually go inside that building and make the change that you're trying to say that you're going to change. You cannot change and force something and be outside and say, oh, at least I tried. Trying is not good enough. And that is what it's saying here. The Democratic Party sees, and even the American people, specifically Democrats, see this as their own party, and people see this, even independents. They see the Democrats are willing and able to just pick up the picket fence and pick up the sign and say, I tried, instead of I can do it because I have the power to do it. If the Republican can be able to do what's best for the Republican, why can't the Democrat do what's best for his people? The Republicans can go out and say, hey, listen, we shut down the government because we believed in our values. We believed in making sure that we can do that. The Democrats haven't done that. They haven't shut down that government. They haven't done some of those obstructive things to be able to push forward. They haven't used the filibuster as much. They haven't used anything and maneuver the way that Mitch McConnell or those Republicans were able to do it. They haven't fought. The problem with the Democratic Party today is that it does not know how to fight. When people say that they need to fight, they just don't know how to fight. That's the problem with the Democratic Party. And I tell you right now, I guarantee you can ask somebody, say, what is the problem with the Democratic Party? You ask a Democrat, they will say, because they don't really fight for me. That is the issue of the Democratic Party here in the U.S. It's being challenged by the Lovers Card, the Biden-Harris administration. Very docile. Biden-Harris administration, they knew exactly how 45 became president. But yet, they allowed it. And yes, I will say this, and I will say it up and openly. I don't have loyalty to any party. I don't have loyalty to the Republicans. I don't have loyalty to the Democrats. I'm willing to criticize both sides equally, and I have done so, and I have stayed committed to that. And I will continue to criticize where criticism calls for it. Right? And I don't put my opinions in this, unless I tell you earlier or I tell you otherwise. Oh, this is not my opinion. This is where I'm getting the cards. I'm telling you I'm getting the cards. The Lovers card challenging the Nine of Cups is indicating the bigger picture is being challenged by the overcast of the Democratic Party, the DNC, the collapse of the DNC, the collapse of the Democratic Party and its party as a whole, as a collective. It's the fact that the Democrats, like Harris and Joe Biden, knew what they were up against and they failed to do it. They failed to communicate effectively to the people and say, hey, listen, look what I did. Look what I got passed. Look what I did. They failed to communicate that because they felt like it was better to stay behind the scenes and let 45 take the reins. They know the story. This is not like out of the ordinary. It's not like what Hillary or Obama did. They were aware of what Trump was doing. They were aware. That's the thing. They were aware. They were unknown. They knew what was going on. They knew that they had to communicate. The problem is the strategy that was being used and echoed by the administration entered into a timeline and frequency where there's a clear fracture within the Democratic Party, and it's the fact that they are docile. People want a fight. They want someone to fight for them. They want a fighting party. They don't want a docile party. They don't want a party that is willing to put, you know, and I get it. I get the idea. I get the idea of doing the right thing sometimes. I get it. But sometimes you gotta play a little dirty to get the right thing done. People want a fighter, not just on the Republican Party side, but also on the Democratic Party side. They want a fighter. They want that passion. They want that fire. They want that ignition. Right? The Republican Party, the reason why 45 is able to do what he did, is he is seen by his own supporters as a fighter. Even if he's a terrible one, he is still seen as a fighter, and that is what they got. They got the fire. They got that energy. The Democrats, they need that too. They need to find a candidate that can fight up that base who is willing and able to fight. Why do you think so many Democrats, so many people who are watching tarot card readers and stuff like that, wondering when Harris and Biden are going to fight? Because in essence, that's the core of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party and its base want a fight. The problem is the people in power are not willing, are scared to take up that fight because they never done it before. They've never done it before. It's not in their DNA, there's not in their genome. So somebody needs to go up there, they need to slap them in the face and say, do it. I don't care if you're scared. Just do it. Worry about the rest later. The thing is, they gotta have a set of balls. Okay, they gotta have a set of balls. They don't got balls. Okay, they don't even got two. They don't even have one. Okay, they're not even male at this point. But yeah. Here you have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is saying that they're not going to hold on to power. The Democratic Party, in terms of its ability to hold on to its own core base, is going to start collapsing. If they don't start doing anything now, it's going to start collapsing, and they will try to essentially revive the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party, as you know it now, has ended. And that's what it looks like. The Democratic Party has ended, and here's the King of Wands, which is the chairman, and this is the vice chairman. The Democratic Party, as you know, is over. Doesn't mean the Democratic Party is done and just dissipates and just disappeared and dissolved. It doesn't mean that. It just means the Democratic Party, as we knew it before this very minute, it's over. The end of the Democratic Party and how it works and how it operates. Now we already know how the Democratic Party is going to end. We are now going to take a quick look at how the Democratic Party is going to go moving forward, and whether or not it's going to start fighting or whether it's going to stay docile. Because I can tell you right now, people are looking for a fight. They want someone who's willing to fight for them. And if the Democratic Party are not willing to fight for the people, to fight for their people specifically, then guess what? A new party will emerge, and we're going to do a video soon on the first independent president of the United States, and the one that's coming soon. We will have one, and it will be male. It won't be female. It will be male, independent. And I said this back in 2021. I was going to do the video. I never did it, but that video will be coming soon. Don't know when, but when my spirit guides say it's time, it's go time. All right. So spirits and angels tell me about where's the Democratic Party going from now? We talked about the collapse of the Democratic Party and its problems within the Democratic Party. Where does it go from here? I'm hearing they need to start getting dirty. They need to start playing the same game, essentially. Like, make them hurt with the same policy. Like, use the policies against them. Like, turn their own policies against them. Use it for your own benefit. There's nothing you can lose except gain. And that is what I'm hearing for the Democrats here. They need to flip the twist. They need to flip the script on the Republicans. And here are the Ace of Swords. They're not able to defeat the incumbent yet. But if they could do that, then they're able to make the choice and make this new futuristic outcome for the DNC and the Democratic Party. We have here a new pathway forward for the Democratic Party, and it's the Empress. And this will pave the way for the House sensation. Remember how we talked about Harris being a fighter? Well, essentially, in order for her to become a fighter, she needs the party to be fighting with her. She cannot fight alone. It's not a fight that she can fight by herself. She needs a group of people willing to able to fight for her. That includes the people in position of power. The problem is Harris is not able to do what she's able to do because the people in position of power are too busy picking up the picking up the sign instead of actually doing something to actually create the problem or be able to fix the problem. That's the thing. Is that this is the end of the Democratic Party as we know it. This is definitely going to be collapsing. And we talked about this before many times that there was everything in this, everything in the United States is going to collapse. Everything. That includes the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the Independents, all of them. They're going to collapse. Nobody said the Democrats were immune. And I'm sorry if somebody told you that, but the Democrats are not immune to that, and neither are the Republicans, neither are the Libertarians, the Greens, the Constitution Party, the Reform Party, all those parties. But essentially, nothing and anything is immune. Everything will and indeed collapse to the ground and be obliterated. The problem is how you build back is what matters, not how you fall. No one cares about how you fall. They care about how you build back. So let's take a look. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles here is the Democratic Party trying to reevaluate their base. This is the card that was towards the end of the previous reading before this one. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is telling us a reevaluation of their base and their core values of understanding about certain things. So they're reevaluating something. So we're asking now, where do they go from here after the collapse of the Democratic Party? Here we have the Moon card, a revelation, a reveal or something. They also have to try and fix this division, this ending, this breakage. Right? They have to fix that breakage. And here comes out someone new, a new opportunity, new fighting. This is a fighting spirit. This is the Page of Swords. This is exactly what the Democrats need. They need that fighting energy, and they have it here. Here you have the World card reverse, which means it's no longer an end of a cycle, the start of something new, but essentially it's still kind of like it's still in that early phase of having that fighting energy, but essentially it has not yet collapsed entirely. So around this time, you'll start to see indications of fiery passion from certain individuals, but not from entirely from the party itself. And here you have a three of pentacles. The first thing I got when I put this card down is they have to play dirty. And in order for them to play dirty, they have to take the script that the Republicans use and flip it on them. For example, if just say the Republicans want to, restrict voting rights, the Democrats should actually harp on it and say, okay, listen, you want to restrict voting rights? We can get behind that. You want what we're going to do? We're going to restrict the people's ability to vote based on education. And we're going to make sure that the people in our states are very well educated. And we're going to ensure that, all demographics are able to be highly educated and have access to education. And then there are those who just, we know the red states are always the poorest and they don't necessarily have the best education, which means that they won't be equally represented in the poll. You want to play stupid, you play with fire, you get fire. You get burned, essentially. That's the energy that I'm getting, that the Democrats need to be able to play their game. They need to be able to say, okay, how can we take advantage of this? How can we help us? And how can we help the people? And how can we fight for those people? And yes, I get it. It sounds dirty, whatever. But they got to do something. They got to do something. Because they can't just sit by and not do something. They just can't. It is not in their nature. It should not be in their nature. It's definitely by any means will lead to the complete downfall of the Democratic Party if they don't start doing something. But the Democratic Party needs to entirely collapse in order to be rebuilt. So eventually I feel like if they don't do anything, it's going to collapse entirely, but then it can be rebuilt. And even if they start rebuilding, it feels like it's going to take quite a while. It's still going to be kind of like the same old Democratic Party, but there's going to be pockets of reform in some way. And underneath the moon card reverse and the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Hanged Man reverse, what tells me there is an illumination or something. A thought had popped up in somebody's head. The thought in the pop up in somebody's head is not walking away from the battle, not walking away, fighting. If you need to fight for this, it's the Eight of Cups here, which means you have to fight. And underneath the Page of Swords and the World Cup reverse, you have the Ten of Cups, which means this is a winning strategy. So whatever they do, if they just keep fighting and they just show that they're ambition and they're willing to fight for the people and be able to really give the Republicans a run for their money by playing the Republican game and being that fiery, passionate energy, the Democrats could win. The problem is the Democratic Party in 2024 made Harris appear docile, someone who is a fighter, but she wasn't allowed to really embrace who her lioness is. She was not allowed to embrace and bring out that lion. She was more seen as a cub. And essentially, she is a cub at that point because she was becoming a lioness. She's going to become a lioness. If she runs in 2028, she's going to be one to reckon with, without a doubt. But 2024 was the one that going to pave her way to her maturity as a lion or cub into a lioness. And it's followed here by the World's card reverse and the Three Pentacles, which means the Queen of Wands here, which means they have to move away from something that is in regard to a spiritual realm. They have to they have to step away from the spiritual realm in some way. What does this mean? Okay, they're telling me no. They're telling me that's wrong. They're telling me it had to do with religion. Let me see if I can get further clarification for the Democratic Party and where to go from here. But I don't know. I feel like that is interesting. Okay, so I'm getting yellow here. So let's see. Kind of see. We have here clock strikes 12. It's reverse, which tells me they still got some time. Okay. They still got some time to fix the Democratic Party. I did not tell you to do with religion. I thought it had to do with religion. Okay. And then here we have angels reverse. Doesn't matter. Reversals don't really matter unless they deal with in this aspect. It doesn't. It's the clock twice. The clock strikes 12 in regard to religion and angels. The belief in something. So they need to be able to believe in the good of the Democratic Party. The Democrats need to believe in the good and be able to go forward with that good. And if they do that, will they win? Will they win? Will they win? We have a reveal. So what is that reveal then? Will they win? We have here good prevails. Yeah. So yeah, if they just learn to essentially have that belief in the angel, the angelic, the goodness of humanity, and know that they still got time to be able to do that after the collapse of the Democratic Party and the rebuilding process, is that the reveal is that the good will prevail eventually. The good will win. The thing is, the Democratic Party needs to collapse. And here we have non-white. So, again, don't surrender that flag, essentially, is what it's saying. Don't surrender that flag. It's okay not to surrender. And what's this card here? We have here, you just need to learn to run. Sometimes just running, doesn't matter where you're going, sometimes just running to help clear your mind is better than not doing anything at all. Sometimes it's okay to run to be able to find yourself. I think this is a good reading. I get it. I get it's hard, it's scary, but we're all going to get through this together. You're not alone. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and comment in the comment section below. I'm really curious to see what you think. And it turned out to be a very interesting mystery reading. Until then, I love you. Have a great night. I'll see you all in the next time. Until then, peace out. I love you.